Hi, I want to talk about showering an ALS patient for 2 seconds. It becomes very difficult, and frankly, we would not get by with the twice-a-week sponge bath that home health care might give us. So what we did is we originally bought what is called a shower buddy, and you have to get the shower buddy that will allow you to tilt it back. Ours is a little broken here, so we have to help it, but it goes up and tilts back. The ALS patient cannot breathe if they are sitting up, so we have to have it tilt back. And for some reason I got the tilt back variety. It's an extra $500. I think the critter is like $4,000, so they're not cheap. I thought that we couldn't get it on prescription from the doctors, but they may be able to get it on prescription, and Medicare or your insurance company may pay for it. I just bought it. I didn't try and qualify it, but you may well be able to qualify it. You have to have the one that tips back because she couldn't breathe if it didn't tip back. It acts as a potty chair, and I thought, well, that's kind of weird. I didn't really want a potty chair. But it is a potty chair, and this is the one that we use every day, a number of times a day. We can transfer her from her big wheelchair onto the potty chair. It takes two of us to be able to get her up. We'll do another one on that. But it acts as a potty chair. What it does is it wheels into the bathroom, and in our particular bathroom we had to take the toilet out because this bathroom was too small. You may have a huge bathroom, but we didn't. So I just unbolted the toilet from the floor and took it out. It's actually stored under the back steps. When Christy dies, then we'll put it back in. I also knew that we'd be getting a lot of water around. So what I did is I went down to the local flooring store and got a little remnant, the right size, and I cut it the right size, then I scored it, and I wrapped it up the bathtub, and then to hold it onto the bathtub I've got some actual duct tape and then some Mylar tape. By the way, I will sell you the Mylar tape. It's hard to get. I get it in big cases, so in our little store we'll have some Mylar tape for you. But I tape it up, and it's sealed so that the water doesn't flow out of the bathtub and go down behind the linoleum. On the places where I could, I just got a board and I screwed the board. I scored it again and lapped it up, and then got the board and just put a couple of screws into the baseboard for it and in under the cabinet, so that basically now what we have is a bathtub. On that side it laps up onto the carpet, so it's a sealed unit, and we can get a lot of water in it, and we manage to get a fair amount of water in it at times. But what we have is a big bowl, basically. This is where the toilet was. I never expected Christy to live 5 years, and the linoleum's starting to break a little, so I just put a piece of duct tape over that. But I sealed up the toilet flange, put a little board in the middle of it, and then put a pad on it so that in theory it wouldn't cut through the linoleum like that, but it still cut through a little bit. So we get water out of the bathtub. The chair comes in, and it has two units. One unit sits in the bathtub, and the other unit is out and is the potty chair. We latch this on and bring the chair over, and it joins onto it too. We get the latch on, and then we can, and our bathroom isn't very big, I'm going to admit that. By the way, they wanted, I think, $10,000 to beat it out and make it so that it was all handicap friendly. So the $4,000 chair worked quite well, and it's just had advantages that I don't think beating it out and having a roll-in shower would have. We put her on it, and then it slides across and locks in. There are foot pads that latch in here and then come down and hold her feet. So they're not on it at the moment. But now it's in the shower. We have a handheld shower, and we can shower her, we wash her. We've also put bars in the bathrooms. The bars we put in, I had to get one that would go between the studs, and luckily I found one. You get the bars at the Restore, R-E-S-T-O-R-E. It's basically a used building equipment store that Habitat for Humanity runs. And I think this bar was like $2. If you go down and buy it at Home Depot or whatever, you're looking at about $150 or some such thing. I got another one over here, and it is a little different. I just drilled some holes in it where the studs were and put a couple of screws in, and it goes through the material and gets it. For a while, she could get in and out of the tub by holding the bars. In fact, to begin with, we didn't have the chair and everything. She couldn't stand up, so we got a outside chair, one of the vinyl chairs that you use for your picnic tables and stuff. It had a seat in it, and I drilled a hole in it so the water had run out when it filled up when it was in the chair seat. But we'd get her in, sit her on that, and then we could shower with the hand shower. In order to keep the water out, we have the normal shower curtain, and then additionally we've put in a second shower curtain. We bring the two together and we clip them down low. Of course, this isn't on there. It comes off and this slides over here while we shower her. And we clip the two shower curtains together down about 10-12 inches above the shower, or above the tub wall. And then we can work in here, and it showers and it gets out, but it runs down the curtain on both sides. So that kept the water out a fair amount more than it did before we got the second shower. I'd certainly recommend the second shower curtain. That's showering. We can wash her. We wash her every night. It takes about anywhere from a half hour to an hour to do the shower. We get her in, and I say we. I'm blessed to be able to have an aide with us from 9 to 9 during the day. We just pay the aides, and I'll tell you how we get the aides in another one. But we both work with her, and you have to lift her leg up, and we scrub the leg and scrub the other leg, and you move the chair forward, and you can lean her forward a little bit and wash her back. We wash her hair a couple of times a week, and so she's pretty clean. And actually, you'll find healthcare people that come into the house and they'll say, "Oh, it doesn't stink in here." Well, yeah, we have a shower and we use the shower. Christy loves the shower. Another thing that we use the shower for is the humidity, and it turns into a steam room in here. We have turned our water heater way up, and I'll tell you some reasons we do that later. But we have lots of hot water, and we get it really hot and steamy. The steam substantially helps the bronchioles, and it thins the mucus in the throat and in the bronchioles so that she can swallow it, or we can get it coughed up a lot easier. So the heavy humidity really helps when she's having breathing problems, which she does all of the time now. We of course have the saline with us all of the time, and I'll do another one on the saline. The saline helps thin the mucus as well. You put it in the nose, it runs down the throat, helps to thin the mucus. So that's kind of the shower routine. We've got it down pretty good. It does take a while, but it's very effective. We love the Tub Buddy. By the way, over here, the Tub Buddy, the chair, I better put it back because we're going to need its potty chair here in a minute. The chairs, I got the original, and within about 3 weeks, the chair started to split, and it split all the way down here in the back of the chair. And I called them up and yelled at them, and they said, well, that's not under the warranty. We can't do anything about that. And I said, wait a minute, I just paid $4 for this stupid thing, and you're telling me that the chair lasts a month? I don't think so. So they did send me a new one, and I have prophylactically put Shoe Goo, and I love Shoe Goo. Shoe Goo is great stuff. You buy it at Walmart. In fact, we need a whole YouTube on Shoe Goo, because Shoe Goo is the answer to any question. But we put some extra Shoe Goo on here just to strengthen this, because this is going to split, and it's going to split out here too. So just Shoe Goo it up as soon as you get it. And we've had this one for a couple of years now. I used the other one when I Shoe Gooed it, and we finally went to this one, and I've re-Shoe Gooed the other one. But we have 2 of these pads now, and they don't last very well. So use a little Shoe Goo on them and do it. It runs on a bicycle cable, and you do this, it allows the chair to tip back and forth, only ours is breaking, and so we have to physically move it ourselves. We push the little lever in underneath that the bicycle cable doesn't pull very well. But we do love the chair, and it is a lifesaver for us. We use it every day, many times a day, so this is, I think, a piece of equipment that you can't do without, at least not very well. So that's showering. Anything I forgot, Abby? Abby's one of our aides that's been with us a couple of years, and she helps us bathe Christy every night.